Welcome to Teen Talk, where we learn what Marysville High School students are thinking.
Hello and welcome to Teen Talk, where we learn what Marysville High School students are thinking. With the big Michigan versus Michigan State football game coming up on Saturday, we wanted to know who the students will be rooting for.
I think Michigan will win. Their defense is very stout right now. They had 3 straight shutouts, and it's really hard to beat an impressive defense.
I think Michigan State will win because their defense is really good this year, and even though they've barely pulled wins out, they've held together strong for them.
I believe Michigan has the upper hand in this game due to the fact that Michigan has the top-ranked defense in the country, and they're led by their new coach, Jim Harbaugh, and I think that's going to play into their favor.
I think Michigan State will win because they have a better offense and they've won a lot more against better teams.
I would say that Michigan is going to win because State isn't ready for Michigan. They're coming out and they're not giving the credit that Michigan deserves.
I believe the Spartans will win because their team's looking solid this year, the defense is looking good, and I think Connor Cook could lead them to a good victory.
I definitely think Michigan will win. I think that they're coming in with way more confidence than Michigan State is, and they're playing at all cylinders right now and really producing.
I think Michigan State will win because their offense is doing really good right now.
Definitely think that Michigan's going to take this game. They shut out the last 3 teams, and State's not playing too well lately.
I think Michigan will win. They have the best ranked defense this year, and Michigan State struggled against some rough opponents the last couple weeks, so I think Michigan is going to be able to pull it off.
I think Michigan State will win, and I just think that because the leadership this year, you know, Connor Cook, he's a great quarterback, and I just think he'll lead the team to victory.
I think Michigan all the way. They've been very outstanding this season, and points for and points against, that's awesome. And 3 shutouts straight, so that's real cool.
The game is being played at the Big House this year in Ann Arbor. It is sure to be a full house with over 100,000 screaming fans. Do you think that will be a factor in the game's outcome?
You know, I think it will have a huge factor because obviously the Big House is a lot bigger than Spartan Stadium, and there are some crazy Michigan fans out there. So I think they'll be looking to take that trophy back.
Yes, I think home field advantage will play a factor. The Big House is a tough place to play for any opponent. It gets really loud there, and that will help Michigan in the long run, I feel.
I do think home field advantage will help decide the game. The crowd gets the home team amped up, and just like any sport, gets them more hype.
Home field will definitely be an advantage for Michigan because you get the crowd going behind them, a lot of energy. They've beaten the last 3 teams scoreless, so home team is definitely going to have an upper hand.
Yes, it will. If you look at the past 2 years at Spartan Stadium, Michigan State definitely had the home crowd behind them, and I think with the largest stadium in the country that Michigan will have the upper hand there.
This is surely a huge game in the Big Ten Conference. But do you think one or both teams can make it to the college football playoffs in January?
I think just one team will make the college playoffs. I think Michigan will. State's already fallen in the rankings a little bit, and if Michigan beats them this next week, then they'll fall even more, and Michigan will jump tremendously.
I think both teams are having great seasons this year. Michigan State undefeated right now, and Michigan with a loss. I think both of them have a great shot at making the playoffs.
I think the winner of this game will make the college football playoffs.
I would say that the winner of this game would be the deciding factor on who is going to the playoffs.
I think they both have an opportunity to make the college playoffs.
I think one of the teams will make the college playoffs. If Michigan wins out, they'll definitely make it. They still have to go through Ohio State and still have to go through Michigan State. Michigan State has not lost yet, so I think they have a little bit more leeway. I think they can lose one and still make it, but their strength of schedule might make it a little bit harder for them to make it.
I think both teams will because they're both playing good right now, so if they just keep it up, then they'll make it to the playoffs.
I think the winner of this game will decide who is going to be playing in the college playoff.
Both teams brag about being the best, but we wanted to know who has the best coach and why.
I think Harbaugh is definitely the better coach. His history and track record is definitely better, and wherever he's went, he's just been a winner.
Honestly, I think Jim Harbaugh is a better coach because he's brought Michigan a long way.
Both coaches, it's pretty close. I think since D'Antonio has more experience in college football, he might win, but if you give Harbaugh some more time, maybe he'll show that he's the better coach. So we'll see with more time.
I think Harbaugh's a better coach, even though the Spartans are undefeated, because Harbaugh's had a lot more experience, and he's played also at the university he's coaching at.
I think Harbaugh's the better coach between the two, just because if you look at any school that Jim Harbaugh has been to, he's had great success with that team.
I would say Harbaugh is the better coach. I mean, look at Michigan going from last year to this year. It's a total turnaround.
D'Antonio, because he has more experience.
I believe Harbaugh is a better coach. He completely turned this Michigan program around, and he has the kids believing at Michigan now. So,
I'd say Harbaugh is a better coach. He's the way he's turned around the program. I think it's pretty amazing what he's done.
Definitely Harbaugh. He's built this team from the ground up, from being unranked last year to 12th in the nation right now.
I think D'Antonio is the better coach because he just has history in college football. You know, he's led the Spartan team to great success in all the years he's been there. So I think personally he's the better coach.
D'Antonio is a very good coach, I think. He's had a lot of experience, a lot of success at Michigan State. But at the same time, Harbaugh has been a very successful college coach and then moved on to the NFL and been a successful coach there. So I would give the edge to Harbaugh.
It certainly sounds like the rivalry will continue long after Saturday's game. Strong feelings on both sides will make for an interesting game. Don't forget, the game starts 3:30 Saturday afternoon.